months ago or so, and you guys seemed to like that video, so I thought, let's keep it rolling. Let's do basketball next. So clearly I'm going to keep doing other sports, right? But basketball was the one I knew the most about, so I figured let's do this next, and I'm going to do some research to find hockey, football, etc. Also, before we get into this video, I just want to put out a second request for Q&A questions. I did at the top of the last video, but if you guys didn't see that one, then just letting you guys know here, I'm going to be doing another viewer Q&A video, probably by the end of this week, early next week. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, or any statements or whatever you want me to read out, just let me know. Pop it into the comments down below. Say, hey, for the Q&A video, blah, 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 blah. And I'll do my best to make sure I get every single question answered. Alright, let's get into it. Basketball leagues around the world, starting with the Basketball Africa League. There's some information here. I'll just scroll around to make sure we see it, but the Basketball Africa League is Africa's premier men's basketball league. The league consists of 12 teams, each qualified through their domestic competition. Similar to the format of the UEFA Champions League, the league is a joint effort between the National Basketball Association and the International Basketball Federation, or FIBA, with sponsorship from Nike, Air Jordan, and Pepsi. Its inaugural season started the qualifying rounds in October 2019 and the regular season May 2021. The competition replaced FIBA's Africa Basketball League, the continent's top-tier league. So here's the logo. I wonder who that is, if that is anybody. BCBAL, Basketball Africa League. Obviously you have blue and red, kind of like the NBA with the white, but you also have this yellow into green, which I think is a cool little touch there. So I'm assuming then there's leagues all throughout Africa, right? They had domestic competitions, and then those compete in the Basketball Africa League. The current champions are U.S. Monastir, which is Union Sportive Monastirien. Calling known as U.S. Monastir is a Tunisian professional basketball club based in Monastir. So they're out of Tunisia. That's your current champions. There's their logo. I'm not going to do this for every league, for every team, just the champs and stuff, blue and white. They were founded in 1959, and they play in Tunisia, obviously. Those are your current championships, your current champions, and you're tied for your most championships with U.S. Monastir and Zamalek, who are from Egypt, and that's their logo. Very cool logo. They're from Egypt. Colors are white and red. They're out of Giza. They've been around for a very long time. Teams. So there's 12 teams, 2 conferences. The conferences are Sahara and Nile. I actually think that's quite cool. They have Sahara and Nile. In the Sahara and the conference, you have DUC Dakar. Ferroviário, they're from Senegal. Ferroviária de Beira from Mozambique. SLAC, Seydou Legacy Athletic Club from Guinea. REG, Rwanda Energy Group from Rwanda. AS Sale or Saleh, Association Sportive Sale or Saleh from Morocco. Look at that. It's a cool logo from 1928. It's a very old team. And then U.S. Monastir, that is your Saharan conference. In your Nile conference, you have FAB, Forces, Armies, and Police Basketball from Cameroon, which is the basketball team for the Cameroonian Armed Forces and Police. That's crazy to me that they have a team. Petro de Luanda from Angola. Petro Atletico. Talk about oil clubs in football. Well, you have one sponsored by the petrol company there. Zamalek from Egypt. Cobra Sport from South Sudan. That's a sick logo. Cobra Sport. Espoir Fugage from the Congo. And the Cape Town Tigers from South Africa. Super clean crest right there. So those are your 12 teams competing in the Basketball Africa League. Okay, next up we have the Basketball Champions League Americas, or the BCLA. Is Pan America's premier men's basketball club competition. Founded in 2019, it replaced the FIBA Americas League as the highest tier league in the continent. Quick sip here. So this seems similar to the Basketball Africa League, where it's teams from different countries coming in here. As you can see, we have five from Argentina, we have 5 from Brazil, 1 from Canada, funny enough, 2 from Chile, 1 from Puerto Rico, 3 from Uruguay, 2 from Mexico, 1 from Nicaragua, 1 from Panama, and 1 from Colombia. That is the logo of the Basketball Champions League Americas. The current champions are Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo FC from Sao Paulo, Brazil. There is their logo, Sao Paulo FC. Although it's a basketball club, you think it'd be SPBC, but I suppose it's just connected to their soccer team. And there are 3 teams with the most championships, the one each. The other is Quimsa from Argentina. That's their logo, Quimsa or Quimsa. And Flamengo, also from Brazil, with a very cool crest, the black and red. That's awesome. They've been around since 1919. It's crazy how old some of these basketball teams that you don't really know exist are. They've been around for over 100 years, and most Americans have never heard of Flamengo basketball team, you know. As far as the teams in the Basketball Champions League Americas, you have San Lorenzo from Argentina, Instituto from Argentina, Obras Sanitarias from Argentina. That's an awesome logo from 1917. That's crazy that they've been around that long. And Quimsa, which we saw, and then Boca Juniors. Most people know Boca Juniors from the soccer team or football team. They have their rivalry with River Plate, but yeah, it looks like they also have a basketball team, and River Plate does not have a basketball team. Flamengo, who we just looked at, Franca from Brazil, Mogue das Cruzes from Brazil. Kind of a cool cool logo there. They're like the Pumas or something, I assume. Sao Paulo, who we saw already. Minas, which is a tennis club. Interesting. Minas Tennis Club is a social recreational sports club from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. More than 73,000 members. That's crazy. Let's just start off as a tennis club gym or something. And then the Edmonton Stingers, who kind of stand out from the pack because they're in Canada, not Latin America. CD Valdivia, Universidad de Concepcion, Club Deportivo. Those are both from Chile. Cangrejeros de Centers from, that's kind of interesting. In English, Crabmen of Santurce. That's pretty funny. The Crabmen from Puerto Rico. Aguada from Uruguay. Ciudad de Mexico. I'm assuming they're from Mexico City. Real Esteli from Nicaragua. Caballos de Cocle from Panama. That's a sick logo. And Titanes de Barranquilla, the Titans from Colombia. So that is the Basketball Champions League Americas. Very interesting league. South American, Latin American league with a little bit of Canadian flair thrown in. The Edmonton Stingers, that's funny to me. Next league I want to take a look at, we have the Canadian Elite Basketball League, or the CEBL. The Canadian Elite Basketball League is a men's professional minor league basketball organization. The CEBL was founded in 2017 and began playing in 2019, with 6 teams competing, all owned and operated by Ownership Group Canadian Basketball Ventures. Interesting, so one company owns all the teams. The league currently consists of 10 teams from 6 different provinces, with 5 being from Ontario, and 1 each from the provinces of British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Quebec, and Newfoundland, and Labrador. Oh, and Newfoundland and Labrador, that's 1, making the CEBL the largest professional sports league based entirely in Canada. CEBL teams play 20 regular season games from May to August, so the season might have just ended actually. The season culminates in the 16 playoffs, which include a Final Four championship week where the league's champion is crowned. Very interesting. I think with the rise in popularity of the Toronto Raptors, basketball is quickly starting to catch up to hockey in Canada as far as popularity is concerned. So something like this was certainly inevitable. You have a very interesting logo here, like the gold basketball. Super cool. Your current champions are the Hamilton Honey Badgers, who won this year's title August of 2022. So they just won their first title this year, August 14th, 2022, against the Scarborough Shooting Stars. That's really cool. There's their logo, the Hamilton Honey Badgers from Hamilton, Ontario. Let's look at the teams. Calgary Cbl Team. So they don't have a logo or anything. They used to be the Gulf Nighthawks, I see. They used to be in Gulf, Ontario, but they moved to Calgary and they don't have a new brand yet. Okay. The Edmonton Stingers, who we saw participate in the America's League. The Fraser Valley Bandits. That's a really cool logo. You have like a fox with a bandit mask on. That's really nice. The Hamilton Honey Badgers, who we just saw. The Montreal Alliance. That's a sick logo, and it has the fleur-de-lis on the forehead. I like that. Newfoundland Growlers. You have like a bulldog. General manager is Patrick Ewing Jr. That's pretty crazy. Patrick Ewing, of course, one of the best basketball players of all time. His son is the coach of the Newfoundland Growlers. That's pretty cool. Niagara River Lions. Terrible logo. Ottawa Blackjacks. Pretty cool, like a jackrabbit. It's a nice logo. Saskatchewan Rattlers. And the Scarborough Shooting Stars, who just lost in the final to the Hamilton Honey Badgers. Your most champions, that's the Edmonton Stingers. I guess that makes sense why they were playing in that America's League. But there you go. That is the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Next up, we take a look at Liga Nacional de Baloncesto Profesional, which is the National Professional Basketball League. It is the top professional basketball league in Mexico. The league was founded in 2000 with 10 teams. Despite its short history, the LNBP has established itself as one of the most important basketball leagues in Latin America. Famous basketball players who have played in the league include Jamario Moon, Dennis Rodman, that's interesting, Sun Mingming, Horacio Lamas, and many others. Your most recent champions are Fraser Regia de Monterrey, who we saw earlier because they compete in that America's League. And your most titles, you have a three-way tie between Fraser Regia de Monterrey, Calzones de Salapa from Veracruz, Mexico. I love they have purple, gold, and white, so you're going to go with the Lakers color scheme there. And Soles de Mexicali, which I've been to Mexicali. I haven't been to Monterrey or Salapa, so that would probably be the team I would root for if I had to root for one. Let's look at our teams here. Abejas de Leon. That's a crisp logo, and I love their colors, the green and white. Kind of a Celtics vibe going on. Astros de Jalisco. Correcaminos UAT Victoria. Interesting logo. Dorados de Chihuahua. Oh, I love that. You have the two, like, chapel towers, the mountain. I love the colors. Gold and white. I love that. That's awesome. What was that? Dorados de Chihuahua. Fuerza Regia de Monterrey. We saw them. Calzones de Jalapa, we saw them. Libertadores de Guerrero. Kind of reminds me of the Sixers a bit. Mineros de Zacatecas. Looks like the miners. I assume that's what Mineros means, is miners. And like there's like that skyline in the lettering there. That's really cool. Plateros de Fresnillo. Plateros Fresnillo Silversmiths. Interesting. And then Soles de Mexicali, who we already saw. Mexicali Suns. So that is the Liga Nacional del Baloncesto Profesional, or the National Professional Basketball League, which is your top tier league in Mexico. Next we move to the ASEAN Basketball League, the Asian Basketball League. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce this. It's a professional men's basketball league in East and Southeast Asia, which includes 5 teams from Southeast Asian nations, 1 team from Hong Kong, 2 teams from Macau, and 2 teams from Taiwan. The league was proposed in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and launched its inaugural season on 1 October 2009. The current champions are the CLS Knights Indonesia. That is an awesome logo. That is one of the best sports logos I've ever seen. The CLS Knights. Purple and gold, of course. Your most championships is High Tech Bangkok City, obviously from Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok City High Tech. Very cool. Alright, so let's look at your teams. You have the Formosa Taishin Dreamers from Taiwan. You have the Hong Kong Eastern, obviously from Hong Kong. Or being coached by an American. Interesting enough, there's a lot of American. Look at this. You have Canadian, American, Australian, Canadian, American, Filipino, Singaporean, and Chinese Taipei. Interesting. You have a lot of international coaches in this league. Kuala Lumpur Dragons. The Macau Black Bears. Cool logo. The Macau Wolf Warriors. Oh, that is sick. That's an awesome logo. I don't know what those kind of swords are called. I've always loved those kind of swords. The Saigon Heat from Ho Chi Minh City. The San Miguel Alab Filipinas from the Philippines. Apparently they play all over in the Philippines. They're from Metro Manila, Lapu-Lapu City, Santa Rosa, Laguna, and Apollo Rizal. They play in 5 different arenas. The Singapore Slingers. And finally the Taipei Fubon Braves from Taiwan. Yeah, I'm not going to call it Chinese Taipei. I'm going to call it Taiwan. Sorry. not held due to COVID-19, not canceled due to COVID-19, planned 2022-2023 season, so we will see. There should be an upcoming season in this league. Kind of an interesting league for sure. Which was the one I really liked. Yeah, I really liked this Wolf Warriors. I liked their logo a lot. Just based off their, hold on, where's the CLS Knights? Are they not around anymore? Oh my god, they disbanded former teams. So they left the league. They won the league, then they left the league. That's crazy. How did that happen? Why did they just decide to opt out and play? Let's see. The Brunei Barracudas on their bowing out third season APL to participate for 2 seasons. On 28 October 2011, the Saigon Sports Kingfish announced their participation of Saigon Heat into the 3rd season of APL, making the first ever international professional basketball team to represent Vietnam. Okay, so in 2015, Filipinas MX3 Kings and Mono Vampire joined the league, and both teams left in 2016. Okay, yeah, so it seems like teams can just join and leave as they see fit. Kind of interesting, but okay, it's kind of like Formula 1, I suppose. But I would like to see that team back because they had a sick logo. Oh my god, the Indonesia Warriors also have a sick logo. Look at that. Indonesia is really good at sports logo design, it must be said. Wow, I love all those. Okay, but of the current teams, I definitely like the Wolf Warriors the best from Macau. Alright, and then the Chinese Basketball Association. This is probably the 2nd or 3rd biggest league outside of the NBA. Like you hear like a lot of players that like can't make it in the NBA, they go over to play in China. The money's pretty good there, and it's a pretty popular sport. I think basketball is the most popular sport in China. Okay. The Chinese Basketball Association, often abbreviated as the CBA, is the first-tier professional men's basketball league in China. It is widely regarded as the preeminent professional men's basketball league in Asia. The league is commonly known by fans as the CBA, and this acronym is even used in Chinese on a regular basis. The CBA should not be confused with the National Basketball League, which is a professional minor league. There's also a Women's Chinese Basketball Association, or the WCBA. A few Chinese players who competed in the CBA in the early stages of their career, including Wang Xixi, Meng Batir, Yao Ming, Yi Jianlian, Sun Yu, and Xu Qi, have also played in the National Basketball Association. Others, such as Zhu Yuyang and Wang Shilin, were chosen in the draft but have not played in the NBA. Only a limited number of foreign players are allowed on each CBA team. Notable imports include former NBL stars Stephon Marbury. Marbury was like the guy who was like famous for kind of pioneering going and playing in China, and Stephon Marbury is huge in China. I think he lives there year-round. Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas, Steve Francis, and Meta World Peace, as well as several NBA veterans who would become CBA All-Stars: Michael Beasley, Aaron Brooks, Jimmer Fredette. Yeah, Jimmer, I think he's on the Shanghai Sharks. Yep, Shanghai Sharks. Jimmer's huge in China. Al Harrington, Lester Hudson, Kenyon Martin, Randolph Morris, Shavlik Randolph, Jeremy Lin, and J.R. Smith. Who does he play for right? Does he play in the CBA right now? I thought he went back to college. He played for the Denver Nuggets in New York Knicks, as well as for the Xishan Golden Bulls of the Chinese Basketball Association. The Xishan Golden Bulls, when was that? 2011 to 2012. And then he came back to the league afterwards. He was the CBA scoring champion and a CBA All-Star. That's kind of cool. Let's look at the current clubs. As you funny, you notice there's only 2 non-Chinese coaches, one of whom is Stephon Marbury. The other is Giannis Christopoulos. Alright, so you have 2 teams out of Beijing, the Beijing Ducks and the Beijing Royal Fighters. That's a sick logo. Purple and gold, of course. Actually, let's look. The current champions are the Liaoning Flying Leopards. And the most championships, that belongs to the Guangdong Southern Tigers. So that's your best team in league history, the Guangdong Southern Tigers. Alright, we also have the Jilin Northeast Tigers. Lots of Tigers in this league. Liaoning Flying Leopards, just saw them. Qingdao Eagles. Shandong High Speed Kirin. Oh my god, that's a sick logo. China's also very good with their sports logos. Shanxi Lungs. Very nice. These used to be called the Dragons. The Sichuan Blue Whales. It's kind of a cute logo. The whale looks quite happy. The Tianjin Pioneers. And the Xinjiang Flying Tigers, or Xinjiang Flying Tigers. That's an awesome logo. I like that. Alright, so that's the Northern Division. Now we get to the Southern Division. We have the Fujian Sturgeons. The Guangdong Southern Tigers, already saw them. The Guangzhou Lung Lions. Jiangsu Dragons. The Nanjing Monkey Kings. That's sick. Sun Wukong type beat. Ningbo Rockets. The Shanghai Sharks, probably your most famous team in the States because of Jimmer for Dead. Yeah, the team itself is becoming an internet meme by NBA fans. The team is jokingly referred to as a future landing spot for players, mainly high-profile stars who underperform in a game or series, particularly in the playoffs. I think Shaq kind of started that. He said Shanghai Sharks for like Russell Westbrook or something. The Shenzhen Leopards, out of Shenzhen, Guangdong. Zhejiang Golden Bulls, and the Zhejiang Guangsha Lions. That's an awesome logo. I think if I was going to support a team in this league, it would be the Shenzhen Leopards, just because any of you guys who know who have bought and stuff on like AliExpress or DHgate or whatever like I have, Shenzhen is that's where you get a lot of your counterfeit illegal goods from, out of China. You get out of Shenzhen. You look on the box and it says Shenzhen on it. You're like, okay. So I have loyalty to my knockoff jersey makers out there and my fake Jordan makers out there who ship me things out of Shenzhen. And for that reason, I will support the Shenzhen Leopards, who have never won a title. Well, they have won the ABA Club Championship with Jeremy Lin, but yeah, other than that, not very much success. Alright, now we move to the Philippine Basketball Association, or the PBA. Here's the logo. I realize I haven't been showing those for all of the teams, all the leagues now. That's a little annoying. Let's go CBA. We're going to CBA. Why is there a crying baby outside? Chinese Basketball Association. Their logo. There it is. Okay. So if you guys didn't know, basketball is huge in the Philippines. There was a Filipino draft prospect who didn't get drafted, and it was like a really big controversy. Let me look up and see. But like people were like sending death threats to teams and stuff because of it. Like the Philippines is a really fanatic. Kai Soto. Also Jordan Clarkson is Filipino. I didn't know that. But like they are very protective of like their players and prospects. Kai Soto didn't get drafted. It was like a big thing, but basketball is huge in the Philippines. The Philippine Basketball Association, or PBA, is a men's professional basketball league in the Philippines composed of 12 company-branded franchise teams. Founded in 1975, it is the first professional basketball league in Asia and is the second oldest continuously professional basketball league existing in the world after the NBA. Established before the open era of basketball in 1990, where FIBA allowed long-standing domestic leagues, which mostly had predated the PBA, to become professional. The league's regulations are a hybrid of rules from the NBA and FIBA. The league played its first game at the Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City on April 9, 1975. Its main offices are located along Eulogio Rodriguez Jr. Avenue, Eastwood City, Bagambaya, and Quezon City. The San Miguel Beermen have the most PBA championships with 27 titles. The Barangay Ginebra San Miguel are the most recent champions as they defeated the Morocco Bolts 4-2 in the 2021 Governor's Cup final. So your most titles is the San Miguel Beermen. The Beermen, that's pretty funny. I assume they're sponsored by a beer company. San Miguel Corporation. Oh, it's just a conglomerate. Okay, interesting. And your most recent champions are the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Very boring logo. Okay, let's look at the teams. Already saw Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. We have the Blackwater Bossing. Is that like a spray bottle? That's owned by Everblanca, Philippine Cosmetics Company. This is gonna get weird. Converge Fiber Xers. I assume that's like an internet company. Magnolia Hot Shots. Oh my god, look at that. Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots. Crazy. Morocco Bolts. The NLEX Road Warriors. Which Pacific Tollways Corporation, so Metro, Northport, Batang Beer. The Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters, that's pretty funny, owned by a petroleum company, I assume. Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. The Shell Turbochargers, right. Owned by Asian Coatings Philippines. Sounds like a paint company. God, I love this league. The Terra Firma Dieppe. Looks like a bus company. DND Trobang Giga. And finally the Bay Area Dragons, based in Hong Kong. The team is meant to represent Greater China. So they don't actually appear to be owned by a company. They're like the only ones, yeah, they're not owned by any company. They're a guest team based out of China, whereas everything else is Filipino. It's interesting. Pure Foods is the most popular team. These guys. This is the most popular team. Oh my god, look at all the names they've had. Pure Foods Hot Dogs, Pure Foods Tender Juicy Hot Dogs, Coney Island Ice Cream Stars, Pure Foods Oodles, Pure Foods Corned Beef Cowboys, Pure Foods Carne Norte Beefies, Pure Foods Chunky Giants. Guys, the Pure Foods Tender Juicy Giants, the B-Mag Derby Ace Larmados, the B-Mag Lamados, San Mig Coffee Mixers, San Mig Super Coffee Mixers, Pure Foods Star Hot Shots, Magnolia Hot Shots, Pampasang Manok, Magnolia Pampasang Manok Hot Shots, Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots. That's so many names. Although my favorite name has to be the Pure Foods Tender Juicy Hot Dogs. That's absurd that they've had that many names and they're all so funny. Okay, that's your most popular team. Okay. Next up we have the Korean Basketball League, or the KBL. Here's their logo. The Korean Basketball League is a professional men's basketball league in South Korea, which was established in 1997. The league consists of 10 teams, and each team plays a total of 54 games, 27 home, 27 away in a regular season. Let's look at our clubs. I think these are also all owned by companies. You have the Anyang KGC, the Changwon LG Sakers. The Sakers, huh? Sure you didn't misspell that. The Daegu Kogas Pegasus. That's a cool logo. The Goyang Carrot Jumpers Why didn't they make it a rabbit? Why is it a frog? Jeonju KCC Aegis. Where's our clubs? The Seoul Samsung Thunders. The Seoul SK Knights. The Suwon KT Sonic Boom. The Ulsan Hyundai Mobis Phoebus. And finally, the Wonju DB Promi. I'm gonna be honest, none of those logos or teams really stood out to me. I don't feel much of a connection to any of them. I guess the Pegasus was the least bad, in my opinion, but the KBL not really hooking me there. Alright, next up we have the B League is a professional men's basketball league that began in Japan in September 2016. The league is operated by the Japan Professional Basketball League and was formed as a result of a merger between the National Basketball League that is operated by the FIBA affiliate Japan Basketball Association and the independently operated BJ League. I would like to play in the BJ League, just saying. I'm offering my services. The merger had been mandated by FIBA as a condition to Japan having its membership resumed following suspension in November 2014. Okay. Let's look at the current clubs. There's a first division, second division, third division. I'm just going to look at the first division. You have three conferences, East, Central, and West. In the East, you have the Ikeda Northern Habanets. That's really nice. That's a really nice logo. And I love their home jersey because it's pink. I think I've already found my favorite team. Although I probably never go to Ikeda. Where is Ikeda? Where's Ikeda? There it is. Because when I eventually go to Japan, right? And let's be honest, I'm just going to go to Tokyo. Yeah, I'm probably never going to get to Ikeda. So, I'll never get to see my favorite team play. What a disappointment. The Alvark Tokyo. Very boring. Chiba Jets Funabashi. That's an awesome logo. It says Sonic Boom across the top. Rad. Gunma Crane Thunders. Ibaraki Robots. Lavanga Hokkaido. Terrible logo. Looks like a thrash metal band. Sendai 89ers. The Utsunomiya Brex. Okay. Then the Central Division, we have the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. That's the Crane Thunders, and there's the Brave Thunders. Okay. The Niigata Albirex BB. San N Neo Phoenix. Neo Phoenix is rad. The Seahorses Mikawa. Shinshu Brave Warriors. Oh, that's a sick logo. Sun Rockers Shibuya. Toyama Grouses. That's awesome. Yokohama B Corsairs. Okay, and finally in the West you have the Fighting Eagles Nagoya. That's so very weird looking. Dribbling eagle. The Hiroshima Dragonflies. The Kyoto Hinares. The Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. The Diamond Dolphins, that's awesome. Osaka Evesa. Ryukyu Golden Kings. Oh my god. That is amazing. And look at those jerseys. That's in Okinawa. The Shiga Lakes. And the Shimane Susanoo Magic. Got some Naruto fans. I know Susanoo predates Naruto. I'm just being dumb. Wow, that's a lot of teams, and that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely like the Akita Northern Northern Habanets just because those jerseys. But I also really like where was it? The Ryukyu Golden Kings. That's awesome. And you have one American player, Alan Durham, on the team. And you also have Jack Cooley on the team. There you go. A couple of Americans there. Okay, so that is the B League out of Japan. And finally, we have the big one. Either the second or third best, depending on where you rank China. The EuroLeague, known as the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague for sponsorship reasons, is a European professional basketball club competition. The league is widely recognized as the top-tier league in Europe. The league consists of 18 teams, of which 16 are given long-term licenses and wildcards, making the league a semi-closed league. The league was first organized by FIBA in 1958 and by EuroLeague Basketball after its formation in 2000. The competition was first played in 1958 as the FIBA European Champions Cup, which operated under FIBA's umbrella until EuroLeague Basketball was created. The FIBA European Champions Cup and the EuroLeague are considered to be the same competition, with a change of name simply a rebranding. The EuroLeague is one of the most popular indoor sports leagues in the world, with an average attendance of 8,780 for league matches in the 2017-18 season, which made it the fifth highest of any professional indoor sports league in the world, and the highest outside the United States, and the second highest of any professional basketball league in the world, only behind the National Basketball Association. The EuroLeague title has been won by 22 clubs, 14 of which have won the title more than once. The most successful club in the competition is Real Madrid with 10 titles. The current champion is Anadolu Efes, which defeated Real Madrid in the 2022 final, winning the club's second and back-to-back EuroLeague title. Anadolu Efes, these guys were on a roll. They had 2 titles back-to-back. They've been really, really good. Then most titles, of course, Real Madrid. You all know what they look like. Luka Doncic played for them. Nikola Mirotic, Arvydas Sabonis, Drazen Petrovic, Rudy Fernandez, Serge Ibaka, Nikola Mirotic, Fernando Martin. Just a lot of great players that played for Real Madrid. My opinion, and you see a lot of basketball fans that will share this opinion with me. I think that the EuroLeague and FIBA basketball in general has better rules and makes for a better game than the NBA. Defense is more important. Scoring in the paint is more important. Centers actually matter. Like having a big center that can lock down the paint matters. I find the European rules a lot better than the NBA. Is it more exciting? No. Scoring is a lot lower. But I think the game itself is better, and I enjoy watching EuroLeague more than I enjoy watching the NBA. Alright, let's look at the clubs. Alba Berlin. Berlin, Germany, obviously. Very cool logo. Also, the reason I did that my NBA 2K playthrough where I started in the EuroLeague, I have the EuroLeague mod installed. Like, I prefer, it's cool to me. Anadolu Efes, like I said. Barcelona. Same logo and everything as the soccer team. Bayern Munich, my personal favorite team in EuroLeague because I'm a Bayern Munich fan out of Bundesliga, the soccer team. So because of that, I also support Bayern Munich in EuroLeague. They've never been that great in EuroLeague. I don't think they've ever won a EuroLeague championship, but still, they're my favorite. Gazoo Baskonia, who has an amazing logo. Look at Baskonia. Kravina. This is gonna be hard. Crvena Zvezda. It's Serbian. I'm not good with Serbian. EA7 Emporio Armani Milan or Olimpia Milano. Fenerbahce Beko. Everybody knows Fenerbahce. It's one of the more storied teams. 1907, as you can see there. LDLC Asvel. This is the team that Victor Wembanyama plays for, who's probably going to be the first overall pick in this year's draft. They're out of France. Maccabi Tel Aviv, out of Israel. Amazing logo. One of the more popular teams that Americans will go to because Israel, very similar to the United States. Easy for Americans to adjust to. AS Monaco. Olympiacos. Look at that. There's so many big players that have come through this. Just a crazy list there. Panathinaikos, I think this is the team that Giannis Antetokounmpo played for, but don't quote me on that. Partizan, NIS, out of Belgrade. Real Madrid, of course, we already saw them. Valencia Basket. Virtus. Bologna out of Italy. And finally, Zalgiris out of Lithuania. So that's the EuroLeague. Like I said, depending on who you ask, that's either the second or third biggest basketball league behind China. I personally put the EuroLeague second, China third, but some people have a different opinion. And you'll see a lot more American, European EuroLeague transfers and vice versa. And like I said, for my money, I think the EuroLeague style of play is better than what we have here in the United States. If you don't believe me or if you're skeptical, just go watch some EuroLeague highlights, watch the way the game is played, and you might like it. You might be surprised, but anyways, that is basketball outside of the United States. I hope you guys liked this video. The baseball one was really fun, so I wanted to do this, and this ended up being really fun. I didn't go as in-depth on some of the teams as I went in that baseball video, but I think that allowed me to look at more leagues, so it was kind of a fun trade-off, yeah. And I like looking at the more leagues all around the world, but if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this every single day. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about these leagues, these teams, and what sports you'd like to see me cover next time. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.